1:15. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Indrani Senanayake. The headlines. The President met the US President in New York on Wednesday. Sri Lanka ratifies comprehensive nuclear test ban treaty and expresses commitment to nuclear non-proliferation. No one who is responsible can escape from the Easter Sunday attacks. A motion to remove MP Ali Sabri Rahim from all parliamentary committees was approved by the House. The health authorities have warned about the outbreak of the Nipah virus in the South Indian state of Kerala. In foreign news, India okays women's reservation bill, but nothing will change soon. President Ranil Wickremesinghe engaged in a cordial meeting with President Joe Biden of the United States in New York on Wednesday. This high-profile meeting unfolded amidst a lavish dinner hosted by President Biden, gathering all the heads of state who had participated in the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly, the President's media division said. The encounter began with a warm welcome from President Joe Biden, who extended his hospitality to President Wickremesinghe. Accordingly, two leaders have engaged in a cordial and insightful conversation touching upon various topics of global importance. Sri Lanka ratifies comprehensive nuclear test ban treaty and expresses commitment to nuclear non-proliferation. In a recent press briefing on the EU with the Article 14 conference of the Comprehensive Nuclear Ban Test Treaty, Sri Lanka reaffirmed its unwavering commitment to nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation by announcing its ratification of the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. The press conference was convened as part of the EU Article 14 conference of the CTBT, and Sri Lanka's ratification was officially made in July of the current year. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Ali Sabri, who participated in this press briefing, revealed that Sri Lanka's ratification of the CTBT aligns with the country's long-standing and consistent policy on nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation. Notably, Sri Lanka was among the first signatories of the CTBT in October 1996, mere days after the treaty was opened for signature. The nation was also the 13th to sign a facility agreement with the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization in 1996, leading to the establishment of an auxiliary seismic station in Pallekele, Kandy. The Parliament met this morning at 9:30 a.m. The proposal brought by the opposition regarding the Easter Sunday attacks and the present security situation in the country was debated in Parliament for the second day today. The objective of presenting this proposal is to reveal the truth about the attacks and not to gain political mileage. No one who is responsible can escape from this attack. He also stated that an international investigation is needed in this regard. Parliamentarian Anura Kumara Disanayake said that former President Maithripala Sirisena and the President who were unable to prevent these attacks should be held responsible. A motion to remove MP Ali Sabri Rahim from all parliamentary committees was approved by the House. The motion, which was moved by Leader of the Opposition Sajid Premadasa, was unanimously approved by the House. MP Rahim was caught trying to smuggle gold and smartphones in May of this year. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation, and we continue with local news. In the wake of the outbreak of the Nipah virus in the South Indian state of Kerala, the health authorities in Sri Lanka have taken note of it but ruled out any immediate threat. Chief Epidemiologist Dr. Samitha Ginige said that it is not something new, as the Nipah virus was first detected in 1998 in Malaysia. However, Sri Lanka will keep a close eye on the new developments of this virus, he added. Symptoms of the virus typically occur 4 and 14 days after exposure. The most common symptoms are fever followed by headache, cough, sore throat, difficulty in breathing and vomiting. As the Nipah virus is spreading rapidly in many countries, the general public has been advised to be cautious and report immediately if they have any of the related symptoms. That ends the local segment of news.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatma.
A fashion show named the Ceylon Heritage Festival, in line with the World Tourism Day, has been organized. It will commence on Wednesday in Colombo. Secretary to the Ministry of Industries, J.M. Tilaka Jayasundara, said that plans have been made to utilize traditional industrial materials to showcase the Sri Lankan produce. She made these remarks at a media briefing held at the Government Information Department this morning. The objective of this move is to promote the handicraft and handloom industries, and that was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatma.
We now take a look at Watchlight. The National Water Supply and Drainage Board says that the water supply to parts of Colombo will be suspended from 6 p.m. on Saturday until 6 a.m. on Sunday. Accordingly, the Colombo 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15 areas will be affected by the 12-hour water cut. The water cut is a result of the essential maintenance work planned under the Abatale Water Supply Scheme Improvements and Energy Saving Project.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of...
It's the power to live life your way. The power to be a trendsetter. Power to you with digital banking from Commercial Bank. Commercial Bank. Our interest is in you.
World News headlines. India okays Women's Reservation Bill, but nothing will change soon. A shadow of Ukraine fatigue hangs over Polish politics. Sudan leader warns war could spill over into neighbouring areas. The Indian Parliament has passed a bill that guarantees a third of seats for women in the lower house of Parliament and state assemblies. But the country is a long way away from seeing more women elected to its legislatures soon, since it will be implemented only after India completes the next census and an exercise to redraw the boundaries of constituencies. The complicated processes are expected to take several years. From the beginning of Russia's full-on invasion, Warsaw has been a firm supporter of Kiev. It's often led the way to sending military aid and equipment and argued passionately that this support is essential to protect Poland from its Russian aggression. The change of tone from the Polish government on Ukraine is startling. Now suddenly it feels like the political knives are out for Kiev. There's talk about how Ukraine should be grateful for Polish support. This came as a warning from Poland's Prime Minister about ending weapons transfers, although others in his party then scrambled to soften the message. Sudan's leader has warned the United Nations his country's war could spill over into neighbouring African nations. In a speech, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan also urged the international community to designate his opponents, the Rapid Support Forces, a terrorist group. Meanwhile, RSF leader Hamdan Dagalo said he was prepared for a ceasefire. Since April, Sudan has been embroiled in a civil war that has killed thousands of people. Back in 2021, the two generals staged a coup, but in recent months a power struggle between them has led to their men taking up arms against each other. To end this bulletin of world news, the headlines again. India okays Women's Reservation Bill, but nothing will change soon. A shadow of Ukraine fatigue hangs over Polish politics. Sudan leader warns war could spill over into neighbouring areas. That ends this bulletin of world news.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of...
This message is for all the kids between the ages of 4 and 16 who love to draw. Commercial Bank's Arunalu Sittam is back once again. This time, the competition is also open to Sri Lankan kids currently living abroad. First, second and third place prizes will be awarded along with special merit and merit certificates. For more information, visit the Commercial Bank website. We have so many prizes to be won.
Development News.
The Belly at Watarangoda Mahawewa will be renovated at a cost of 15 million rupees. Water supply will be provided to 350 acres of paddy lands. The project is being initiated by the Department of Irrigation, and that was development news. We now take a look at sports news. The Sri Lanka cricket team will leave for India to participate at the World Championship Cricket Tournament. They will engage in warm-up matches with Bangladesh on the 29th of this month and with Afghanistan on the 3rd of next month. The World Championship Tournament will begin in India on the 5th of next month, and that was sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka and the Colombo Stock Exchange successfully concluded another investor forum in Anuradhapura at the Golden Mango Resort on the 19th of September 2023. The forum was organized with the objective of raising awareness on the importance of investor education and investor protection. The forum attracted over 230 participants, including professionals and business communities in the region. The forum provided valuable insights on investor education and investor protection. That was business news.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth එකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු වීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
The agricultural economic activities have recorded a growth of 3.6% during the second quarter of this year when compared to the previous year during the same period. The cultivation of grains, paddy, tea, vegetables, rubber, fruits and spices have shown a considerable increase in production. That was economic news.
Weather report.
And finally, we take a look at the weather report. The Met Department says that several spells of showers will occur in the western, Sabaragamu and northwestern provinces and in the Galle and Mathura districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the Uva, central, north central and eastern provinces and in the Vavuniya and Mullaitivu districts during the evening or at night. Meanwhile, fairly heavy showers of above 50 millimeters can be expected at some places. To end this afternoon's news broadcast, the headlines again. The President met the US President in New York on Wednesday. Sri Lanka ratifies comprehensive nuclear test ban treaty and expresses commitment to nuclear non-proliferation. No one who is responsible can escape from the Easter Sunday attacks. A motion to remove MP Ali Sabri Rahim from all parliamentary committees was approved by the House. The health authorities have warned about the outbreak of the Nipah virus in the South Indian state of Kerala. And in foreign news, India okays women's reservation bill, but nothing will change soon. That ends this afternoon's news broadcast, 29 minutes past 1 o'clock. This is Radio Sri Lanka and your very dear friend and mine, Geethanjali Ramanayaka at the helm. Yes, indeed, the captain of the ship until, I believe, 2 o'clock. So, Geethanjali, I thank you very much for the lovely, lovely news while I was in the studio here. Enjoyed it tremendously. And, of course, you put on a good show, undoubtedly. So, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Indari.
Here's wishing you and all the listeners tuned in all the very best for the weekend, which is almost upon us. So, have yourself a wonderful day and a wonderful week ahead, Geethanjali, and every one of you tuned in. I wish you nothing but the very best indeed.